In this video, you'll be learning about this topic. Talk to us about your opinions on trading, because I think you have some really valuable thoughts on this.
I really am concerned about people who start trading altcoins. And I worked at a company in the 2016-17 bull market, and I saw it was a company with a very young average employee age. And I saw a lot of people get interested in Bitcoin and then start chasing returns in altcoins. And I had seen this before and seen people lose all of their money trading altcoins. People didn't listen to me, and it was really sad. I don't like seeing people get hurt coming into this space and seeing what I think is the greatest innovation to money and then losing all of their money because they get sidetracked down this dangerous dark path. I think when you think about trading altcoins, the thing that's most important to understand is that there is an opportunity cost to trading in them versus just holding Bitcoin. And if you're going to trade one of these altcoins, ultimately most people who are trading them take their profits and hold them in Bitcoin. The problem with doing that is when you trade an altcoin successfully and you make profit, that profit is taxable. So you're already losing, if you're successful, 30 or 40% of your gains. And then if you adjust it for risk, the risk of these altcoins is much, much higher. It's very, very hard to profitably trade. Factoring in taxes and adjusting for risk, it's very hard to outperform Bitcoin. And my rule of thumb is if you're trading altcoins, you really need to think about it as I have to be doing 10x, 5 to 10x better than Bitcoin for this to be worth it, because this is much riskier. And when I take my profits, I'm going to lose a big chunk of them to taxes. And I think probably of the people who are trading altcoins, a minuscule minority are actually doing that, making 5 to 10x. Some of them may be making, say, 50% more than Bitcoin, jumping in and out of positions. That 50% then drops to 20% more than Bitcoin. Then you think about it, you're trading these crazy volatile coins that may disappear, and you're making 20% more than Bitcoin. That is absolutely insane. You should not be doing that.
I always tell people that, tell me who the buyer is on the other end, or tell me who the seller is that's going to give you the drop that you're going to then rebuy back in. And of course, there's no way that you can tell me who that is, and you can't tell me how much money they've got too. So when people on this most recent run, particularly Bitcoin, it was running up, and I had a couple people reach out to me and they say, I think I'm going to sell right here. I'm going to buy back in after it drops 10 or 20%. And I'm just like, well, who's this seller that's going to make the price move down by 10% that you just know is going to be there? And of course, it's just total silence, right? And maybe there's a buyer that's going to step in tomorrow and bid the price 7% or whatever it is. And without knowing that or having an appreciation for it, that's how the big moves kind of take place, is you have a whale or a group of people with very large amounts of capital moving that. How in the world can you predict something like that? It just blows my mind for people to think that they can trade that, or that they think they're seeing some kind of pattern that, I don't know. It just doesn't make any type of sense to me. And especially after you account for the capital gains tax that frictional barrier that's there, I just can't wrap my head around that thinking.
I think that's a really great point. And it reminds me of a very famous book in Wall Street called Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, where there's a famous old investor called old Mr. Partridge in the early 20th century. And he gets a tip from someone who really loves giving and taking tips that a particular stock is going to drop. And old Mr. Partridge thanks him for the tip and smiles and goes on his way. The next time the person said, it dropped. Did you sell and buy back your position? He said, absolutely not. And he said, why? I gave you a tip and it worked. And he said, I would have lost my position, and I need my position when it's a bull market. That is what it comes down to. You're trading in and out. You're losing a position in something that is going to give you tremendous gains. Warren Buffett did not make his billions from trading in and out of the stocks. He saw something was valuable. He got a position in it and he held it for a very, very long time. And the world's most wealthy people all make their money that way. They hold on to something for a very, very long time that becomes massively valuable.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next podcast episode and new investing resources.
What are your takeaways and thoughts on this discussion? Let us know in the comments section below.